we have the anomaly that the Japanese came out initially saying that it was a 9.0 earthquake, but the U.S. came out initially saying it was a 6.7 earthquake, which is, totally false, although they were reporting it both on the same from the same set of sensors worldwide. Was the U.S. trying to hide something?
Well, certainly, I noticed immediately that Japan, and I know a lot of Japanese scientists and seismologists and geologists, and I noticed that immediately after the earthquake, Japan stated it was a 9.0 or a 9.1. That intensity has never been reported in Japan in the last 150 years of monitoring and studying earthquakes and the intensity of earthquakes. So there was another flag that this was an off-scale event which hadn't been reported before. And then I noticed that the US began reporting it was a 6.7, a 7.1, then a 7.3. And what was most puzzling to me is that the International Seismic Network with stations all over the world is shared by all countries. And so the US and Japan would have been analyzing the same data and yet coming up with very different answers, although Japan never changed their assessment from 9.0 or 9.1. So then it went from 7.3 that the US was reporting, then they changed it to 7.9. Finally, they changed it to 8.9, but like charging 99 cents for something instead of a dollar, it seemed like it was a psychological sort of attempt to downplay or minimize the intensity, the unusual intensity of this earthquake. And finally, just more than a week after that earthquake, they finally said it was a 9.0. That is very, very strange. I know USGS, the United States Geological Survey, very well. There are very, very good scientists there, and they would not do that. It would be a politicized scientific assessment rather than a scientist presenting what his estimate was based on scientific data. Someone above him in the administrative area was changing the intensity for political purposes. It was not the scientist.